welcome back to our occasional series here for the My Bike Motorcycle Insurance Australian Superbike Championship presented by Motul. My name's Tom Reynolds. I'm the media manager for ASBK. We've been catching up with some of our riders as part of the mid-season break and in the lead up to the Merlin Darwin Triple Crown. Today we're joined by 2021 champion and I think third in the series as we speak, Mr. Wayne Maxwell. Wayno, welcome.
Thanks, Tom. Great to see your smiling face again, and ready to talk about the ASBK.
Yeah, now look, it's been as we say in motorsport terms, it's been a funny old year. You've had I think it's fair to say you're literally behind in the championship by one hay shed, pretty much.
One little hurdle at the hay shed. One mistake's defined my year, really. History says when I haven't finished a race at the first round, I lose out on the championship by a lot less than I lost at the start of the year. So that's going to be the difficult hurdle for us, is to break history, and hopefully, it was more of it wasn't so much that mistake, it's what it's led to, little mistakes and stuff that have cost us track position or sessions that it's happened in the garage or, building a brand new bike. So hopefully that's all behind us now and we're just full steam ahead.
Yeah, now you say, we talk about, and I know you love to emphasise the fact, not a factory team, operates out of Craig McMartin's garage. But how is it you guys have managed to bring that level of professionalism to ASBK at a standard that I think you've said is the highest that you've ever worked, notwithstanding some glitches this year? How do you think that's occurred? What's been the secret there? Or is there no secret?
Well, I think I'm just lucky in the top right frame. So, Craig was obviously a really, really good rider, and everything that he didn't have to make him as good as he possibly could have been. He's basically provided that in a race team, in an environment for that. And then obviously you bring in the skill level of Adrian as the engineer. He's a fantastic communicator. And for me, he asks a lot of questions, or if I'm unsure, he always, comes back with me with the little information I can provide him, comes back with that. And then I guess, just the environment from everyone in the team that, Greg and Julie from Races Edge have been around racing for a long time. They understand it. And when you're surrounded by a bunch of racing people, we've got Sean that's come in this year, the Horner brothers from, Irving Vincent from K-Tech there. I guess, you can't have that many racing people with, all added up, it'd be 500 years of experience. It's got to play some part in it. Yeah, I mean,
it's interesting because, we've seen incredible development in the bikes from the factory. I think it's fair to say the Ducati out of the crate is an amazing bike. And, one stat that I was looking at this year that I thought was fascinating, it's been 20 years since MotoGP bikes swapped to four-stroke. And you lapped faster in qualifying and lapped faster in the race than those MotoGP bikes, the first generation, the V5 that Valentino Rossi raced. How does that make you feel? Because you're old enough to remember that era, and what's it like though, being able to now ride a pretty much stock bike that you can buy from your Ducati dealer at a pace that beats a MotoGP bike, the first year of MotoGP bikes?
Oh, well, it's amazing. I mean, if you had said to anyone then you'll be able to ride this bike on the street in 20 years, they would have said, no way, you'll never see that technology. But Ducati have done a fantastic job, bringing in some of the Desmo Sedici technology into the V4 as a street bike, and for me, it's a very enjoyable bike to ride. It looks good, sounds good, goes good, and I guess makes me smile when I ride it. So overall, I enjoy it.
And that's something I want to zero in on too. We talked about the team, having the right technical mix, but it feels like the cultural mix is right there too. That you genuinely enjoy working with your team. You like, the success obviously is a product of that. But is it important to get along and work together as it is to have the technical mix right? What is it that's really made it work for you?
Yeah, it's definitely that is a very important part for me, like having that cohesion. Like, it's all right having all those people with a whole bunch of knowledge and all those things, but if the people don't stay in their lane and follow their job, it doesn't do that. So that's the biggest thing in the team. Everyone knows their role, everyone stays in their lane, and that brings the cohesion of the team and everything together.
All right, so we've talked about the season getting off to a pretty rough start for you, but obviously you found some pace. You must have been pretty pleased with the way round 3 at Wakefield panned out in the end.
Look, for us, Wakefield really should have been the same as Phillip Island. Should have been pole position and race wins, but we got it a little bit wrong, and I was left wondering on Saturday afternoon. But my guys were fantastic. They said, "Look, it's nothing at your end. it's at our end. We found a little problem here that's crept in. They sorted it out, and they gave me the confidence to be able to go out Sunday morning and basically turn it around. It's not like, I went slower on Saturday than I went on Friday, basically. In my first few laps. It was unlike us not to make that improvement, and I guess that just set us back a tiny bit when we led into Sunday, because we lost basically the whole of Saturday, so we're sort of a day behind.
Yeah, and look, that comeback to get yourself a win, pretty hard-fought win. It's pretty hard to pass at Wakefield. You guys found some interesting places to pass each other over the weekend, yourself and Mike Jones. But let's move forward, because we're coming up to the Darwin round. Always a great weekend, regardless of how the racing is. But I'm starting to think this is the pivotal weekend. Like, the feeling for me now is whoever wins comes away with potentially 51 points from Darwin, might be able to carry that momentum through to the end of the season. Do you agree, or do you want to hedge your bets on this one?
Well, it's 76 points, Tom. So
of course, sorry, 3 races plus pole.
We've got 3 races.
I'm glad someone knows the format.
Yeah. So look, that part of it's for me is I can really claw back some points. I can make up some time. So look, let's just see how it rolls in. It's a good Ducati track. There was Ducati lockout on the front row there last year. So hopefully, we could be super strong and try to continue that momentum of the Ducati and come out Sunday with the maximum points and claw back a few in the championship.